Napoleon escaped exile, rallied an army, and reclaimed an empire in just 100 days. What drove Europe to unite against him once again? After years of war and upheaval across Europe, Napoleon Bonaparte's reign came to an end in 1814, and the Congress of Vienna sought to restore order. The Bourbon dynasty was reinstated in France, with Louis XVIII on the throne. But Napoleon, exiled to the island of Elba, wasn't done yet. From his small island, Napoleon observed the unrest building in France. The people resented the reduction of their empire, and Louis XVIII's rule did little to inspire loyalty. Napoleon knew he could use this discontent to stage a comeback. On February 26, 1815, Napoleon made his move. With a small force of 1,000 men, he escaped from Elba and landed on the French mainland. Word of his return spread like wildfire. In Grenoble, the 5th Regiment was sent to capture him, but Napoleon's legendary charisma turned the tide. "Here I am, kill your emperor if you wish." Instead, they shouted, "Long live the emperor!" The army was his once more. Panic gripped Europe. On March 13th, the Allies declared Napoleon an outlaw and formed the 7th Coalition to end his reign for good. Their armies began to gather, but Napoleon's march toward Paris continued uninterrupted. Even Marshal Ney, who swore to capture Napoleon and bring him to Louis XVIII, couldn't resist. He too joined the emperor, bringing thousands of soldiers with him. By March 20th, Napoleon was in Paris, welcomed as a hero. Louis XVIII fled, unable to muster the support he needed. Napoleon now sought to rebuild his empire, promising constitutional reform and elections, hoping to unite France under his rule. But war was inevitable. On March 25th, the 7th Coalition was officially formed, and soon over 150,000 soldiers prepared to strike. Napoleon, despite his genius, struggled to build an army to match them. His forces were limited, and his veteran soldiers, though loyal, were not enough. On June 16th, Napoleon scored a victory at the Battle of Ligny against the Prussians, his last triumph. But at Quatre Bras, his forces were unable to decisively defeat the British under Wellington. Then came June 18th, the Battle of Waterloo. Napoleon faced Wellington's British forces, reinforced by the Prussians. Despite fierce resistance, the French were overwhelmed. The Imperial Guard, Napoleon's last hope, broke under pressure. France suffered heavy losses, and Napoleon's fate was sealed. Defeated, Napoleon returned to Paris. On June 22nd, he abdicated in favor of his son, Napoleon II. But it was too late. The 7th Coalition entered Paris, and on July 8th, Louis XVIII reclaimed the throne. Napoleon's 100 days of power ended with his exile to the remote island of St. Helena, where he lived out his final years. But his legacy endured. His daring return and final campaign reshaped Europe and influenced the Congress of Vienna's approach to peace, which would last for nearly 40 years. The 100 days proved that Napoleon's influence extended for beyond his time in power. His ideals, his ambition, and his downfall would echo throughout European history for generations. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, please like, subscribe to Prospect Everything for more captivating stories, and share this video to help others discover our channel. See you next time.